Hi friends, it's Miss Kendall here. I miss you all so much. You have no idea how much I miss you guys. I hope you guys are all staying safe and having fun playing at home. I wish we're in the classroom right now. But since we're all at home, I have a few activities that you can do at home with your parents or your siblings or whoever wants to do this at home. Parents, all you'll really need for this activity is lotion if you have it and your sink. So that's it. 2 things at home. It's going to be pretty easy, pretty fun, and we'll do a few experiments together. So the activity that we're doing today focuses on one of our body parts. Think of Matman and think of all the different body parts that Matman has. Now I want you to guess, what body part are we going to be focusing on today? Matman has a head, eyes, nose, mouth, a body, arms, hands and fingers, legs, and toes. Which one do you think we're going to focus on today? You all have your guesses on what we're focusing on today? Drum roll, please. We are focusing on our hands and our fingers. So our hands and fingers can feel a lot of different ways. I want us all to brainstorm together. What are some words that we can use to describe how our hands and our fingers can feel? Not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. Take a second and talk with your parents or your siblings and think of how many different words can describe how our hands and fingers feel. So I have about 12 different words that we can use to describe how our hands and fingers can feel. We can use temperature to describe it. Our hands sometimes feel warm if it's really hot outside, or if it's really cold outside and you don't have mittens on, it can feel really cold. Another few words we can use is messy, and the opposite of that is clean. So messy would be like if you're outside playing in the dirt and your hands get all dirty. Clean would be after you wash them and your hands feel fresh and clean. Some other words are loose and tight. Tight would be where you're making a fist and you're clenching your hand like this so your muscles feel really tight. Loose is the opposite of that. So loose is where your hands kind of feel flappy and your muscles are relaxed. So tight and loose. Our hands can feel fast and slow. So fast when you're shaking them really fast and you're just so excited. Maybe you're in the yellow or the red zone and you're just moving around. Slow could be maybe when you're in the blue zone. Hands are just moving slow. Your hands could also feel sweaty. Maybe if you're in the yellow zone and you're a little bit nervous, your hands start to feel sweaty and get a little clammy. Maybe your hands feel sore. Maybe it's where your muscles kind of hurt in your hands or the skin kind of hurts a little bit. Your hands can feel squeezing. So if you're squeezing your hands really tight together, or say after you wash your hands, they can feel dry. Are there any other words that you thought of that I didn't mention here? So next we're going to do a few experiments with our hands and our fingers. And we're going to try to figure out how our hands and fingers feel after we do these experiments. So the first experiment will be at the sink, and you are going to put your hands and fingers in the water in the sink. Parents, you might want to help out with this one. So what you need to do is turn on the faucet. Put your hands under the water for about 10 seconds. Okay, parents, you can help turn it off. Dry your hands. Now think, after putting your hands in the water, what did it feel like? Was the water warm or cold? Was it hot or was it freezing? How did that temperature of the water make your hands feel? So the water was really cold for mine, and that made my hands feel really, really cold. My muscles got tensed up, and my hands started to feel tight because they were so cold and they were trying to stay warm. So think, how did it make your hands feel? For the next experiment, you will need some lotion. So all you do is just put a pump of lotion in your hands and start to rub it together. Make sure you get the palm of your hands, your fingers, the back of your hands, and think, how do my hands feel right now with the lotion on? My hands are starting to feel kind of slimy because it hasn't rubbed in all the way. That wasn't a word that we used before at the beginning of the video, but they kind of feel a little slimy. When else have your hands felt slimy? So now as I'm rubbing it in, my hands are starting to feel soft because the lotion is moisturizing my hands and my skin and my hands feel soft now. What about you? How do your hands feel? Another way that my hands feel is loose because I was massaging my hands by rubbing in the lotion, so my muscles feel relaxed and they feel loose. This next experiment, you don't need anything. All I want you to do is make a fist with your hands and clench your hands for 10 seconds, really tight. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let it go. Ooh, shake it out. How'd your hands feel when you were making that fist? I know mine felt really tight, and now my fingers in my joints, so like my bones in my hands, they feel sore. It kind of hurt me when I was doing that. So shaking it out helps it feel a lot better. The last experiment we're all going to do together is shaking our hands really fast for 10 seconds. So put your hands up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and stop. How do your hands feel right now? Mine felt fast because I was shaking them and they were moving really, really fast. And they also felt tingly afterwards. We also didn't talk about that word, but it felt tingly on my hands like they were pins and needles going like this on my hand because I was shaking them so fast. How did yours feel? So friends, to wrap it up, I want you to think of how your hands and fingers feel right now in this moment. After doing all the experiments together, we did 4 experiments. We did one with the water, with the lotion, we made our fist, and we shook our hands really, really fast. So how do your hands feel after doing all of those? Mine feel pretty sore right now. Tell me in the comments below, how do yours feel? So thank you guys for doing this activity with me and doing all these experiments. I miss you all so much. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. Enjoy this time with your families, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.